Hi, everybody. It's Professor Levi Allen, and I am here to give you an online orientation to our course. So, in a face to face class or a mixed mode class, we would do this the first day. So, this is me walking you through the class just like I would in a normal thing. I'm going to go pretty fast, but you can always go back and look at the module in more detail. In fact, I encourage it for you to do that so that way you can pace yourself. But this is just an overview of kind of how I teach and what to expect in this online environment. So I'm going to share my screen with you. And as you can see, when you log in to Intro to Humanities or HUM 1020, you'll hear a lot of people call it that. It's going to look a little bit like this. So you log into Canvas just like you would with your traditional Atlas username and login. I'm going to recommend to you that you go to online.valenciacollege.edu to log in rather than going through Atlas because you'll get timed out. So once you're here, you're going to want to go to where it says start here. That's the best place to start because this is your orientation module. So it is going to jump you right into everything that you need to do. So the first week of class, you're going to go through this. So you would click on welcome or start here. It gives you a general overview to what humanities is. So humanities is the study of all of the things that make us human, all of the different elements that establish a culture. And this first week is just to get you used to using Canvas. You might already be very familiar with Canvas, you might not. And it's also to give you a sense of kind of what my expectations are in the course. So you're going to read through this module, you're going to take a practice quiz, you're going to go through the syllabus. You're going to do a practice submission, a orientation for your e-textbook, and a welcome post. So you would click on next. So this gives you a general overview of me. I've taught at Valencia for a really long time. I have 2 master's degrees. One is a master's of fine arts in art history. So that means kind of I have like the practical knowledge of how to create art. And then one is a master of arts. So the exploratory knowledge of researching art as well. I'm a social art historian, so you're going to see more about me talking about the social aspect of art. And because you tend to teach from your strength in humanities, you will get a little bit more of an art focus. But I also believe that projects are a better way to learn than a just straight lecture or papers and tests. That's not how I teach. So if you want to learn more about my philosophy, you can watch this welcome video. You can also check out my faculty website. It gives samples of the types of projects you'll find in my classes. You can always email me, and I do have an Instagram account you can follow if you're interested. So this kind of goes into, like I said, what the humanities are. So we're going to look at art, sculpture, music, drama, dance, architecture, literature, philosophy, religion, photography, film, digital media. So we're really running the gamut of everything. We are covering close to 10,000 years of history. So we're just going to get snippets. This is for you to get a taste of what you might find interesting. So when you go to take your institutional credit classes, you can have one that kind of pushes you in one direction, so something you'd like to dive into more. So our overview, this is just what I mentioned. Major learning outcomes, you can read through those on your own. Course policies, so here's the things that I want you to kind of think through as you're looking at this course. It's completely online, so that's great, right? So you can do it in the middle of the night in your pajamas, but don't think that online means that there's no work. There are weekly assignments due. Expect to spend at least 4 hours a week in this class doing work outside of Canvas. So that might be readings, that will be working on projects, that might be exploring the city around you to find what the humanities are in your world. It might be watching a movie. You have alternate things that you will be doing. I do expect you to log into Canvas at least 3 times a week, and that could just be like a quick check, or it might be that you're doing more and kind of running through that information. So the first week's attendance is going through this right now. So if you're watching this video, you've probably done part of the first week's attendance. Intellectual honesty, you can read this on your own, but the only thing I am going to mention about this is I can go into AI and figure out what it has to say about the humanities. I want to know what you have to say. So use your own voice. AI can be a research tool, but it's not meant to take place of your learning as a student. If you use it, you're not going to learn anything and you're not going to grow. And I want you to bloom and grow in this class. So Please use your voice. I can tell when it's not your voice, so I'm going to encourage you to use that. It would be intellectual dishonesty to not use it in the correct way. No-show policy, that's kind of standard. You have to withdraw yourself if you're interested in withdrawing. There's a withdrawal date listed. Conduct, integrity, late work. This is something I always get a question about. Yes, you can turn in assignments late, except for discussion posts and tests or quizzes. You have up to 7 days. They drop a letter grade every day that it is late. There is excused absences or late assignments, and you can read through that policy in more detail. You do have to take a plagiarism quiz. It's a national standard from the University of Illinois. I'm going to encourage you to take it, and it will last you the rest of your career. An important thing to note in this class is that we are not points breakdown, we are a percentage breakdown. So in this course, you are going to find that the point value might be pretty low for something, but it's going to be worth a lot within your grade. So I just don't inflate the points. The points are part of this percent system. So there's a website that'll teach you how to look at your grades. I write lots of comments. Please be sure to read them on everything that I send back to you. But because I do that and I teach multiple sections of each class and I teach multiple classes, it's going to take me about a week and a half to get assignments back to you. So just keep that in the back of your head. Discussions and FERPA information can be found here too. So course components, why you're wondering about this. Tests, so there are 4 tests in this class. They are timed, but you have about 3 minutes per question, so it's a pretty generous timeline. They can be short answer, multiple choice, true, false, multiple option responses, so matching. If they're all online, they are through your e-textbook. They're open notes, open book, open internet. That's why there's a time limit, so you kind of have a general step one that kind of sets in, but it's up to you to know the information for them. Nothing is cumulative. It just covers the section we just previously discussed. This includes your final. If you miss a test, there is no makeup, but I offer close to 25 opportunities for extra credit in all of my classes, and you could take any of the extra credit and apply it to a missed test. You can even earn enough extra credit that you don't have to take the final. So it's up to you kind of how you want to schedule that. So online elements, you do have an e-textbook that is required for this course. It's Landmark in Humanities. It is a great book. It's called a Smart Book, and it really helps you learn to your learning styles. So it's going to kind of stop you and question you, did you get this point? And then I get a list of kind of what have you really kind of comprehended, what do I need to work on better in teaching you, so then I'll make videos for different sections that will say, all right, so nobody really understood medieval crusades, so let's go back and kind of review what that looks like. So that's going to be something that you'll see. So the Connect readings are required. Modules are what you're looking for. They're my lectures for the course. So it's whatever I want to tell you that I find fascinating. As I said, we're covering such a huge amount of history that I cannot tell you everything. So each time period that we cover, we're going to cover one concept in depth. It might be poetry, it might be music, it might be architecture. And then that's what we're going to talk about, but the book kind of rounds it out. Then you also have discussion questions, or DB. PQs. So there are 10 of them in the class. You only need to complete 8. So you get 2 that are automatically dropped, which is why I do not take late ones. Once you've had enough in the course, so once you've had 3, it will automatically drop 2. It's just a setting within Canvas. So they will be recorded as zeros if you drop them, but the course automatically drops the post, so you don't have to worry about that. There might be readings that are associated with them. There might be, like from your chapter, there might be talks in the modules. They might say, hey, check out this video, tell me what you think, or go to this website, look at a religion, see what you want to talk about. Sometimes they ask you to put in an attachment. Sometimes they'll ask you to respond to a peer, sometimes 2 peers, sometimes a combination of all 3. So your welcome post is going to have you practice that before we get there. Then there are projects. So like I said, I much prefer a class where you get a chance to experiment than a class where you are having to just straight write or just take a test. So in this experimentation, you're gonna do some videos. You may present a poem. You might look at sharing music that moves you. You're gonna look at a lot of different ways to approach the topics. Perhaps you're a medieval person or you've just gone through the French Revolution. So there are these individual projects set up within the modules, and then you will go through and complete those and turn those in, and that will be a substantial portion of your grade. So it's a little bit more interactive. You do need to go to 2 humanities experiences in this class. So those can be history museums, house museums, art galleries, art walks, mural talks, walking tours of the city. You can go a variety of different places. You just need to go and experience it in the wild. Again, this is what's going to help you grow, right? So you're going to take the knowledge you've gained in the class and apply it. So you have to do 2 of those, and there's more information about those in the event responses. And then you're going to watch a movie from the 100 greatest films of all time from the American Institute, and you're going to tell me what you think. This is an assignment that's a really easy one to get done early in the semester, so you can kind of plan that out if you want. And your participation is how often are you logging in? Are you talking to your peers? Are you asking questions? I can tell if you're reading the modules or if you're reading the books. So all of that comes into participation. So presenting your work. So when you present an image or other things or a project, I want you to present it professionally. So something like this, rather than with all this scattered background. That's not a professional presentation. I also have a style sheet that will tell you exactly what I'm looking for. So creative projects, what you need, and if something is typed. You will be typing any assignments and they will be attached as an attachment, which is why you do a practice submission to practice that. Big reminder, if you use an iPhone, turn off live when you take photos. I can't open those HEIC files, so you'll need to make sure you turn live off. And if not, I will remind you the first time, and then after that, it will be points against you. So you can check that out here if you need to know how to convert them. Grades again, so this is how you can look at your grades and see the comments that I'm making on your work. We can have a discussion about them. I'm going to ask you questions, so be sure to go ahead and look at that. Communications. So I check my email once a day, Monday through Friday, and once over the weekend. Assignments are typically due on Saturdays. I might not catch it in time, so I'm going to encourage you to reach out to me before that. You can reach me through my Valencia email, or you can use the inbox that's over here, and you can message me directly. Either one, you don't have to do both. I check both at the same time. If you are having a computer difficulty, I cannot help you with technical issues. I wish I could, but there's too much outside of my scope. I can only help with content. So there's some contact information here for reaching out to the help desk if you're having a problem with Canvas. If you're having a problem with Connect, I'll show you where that information is too. So again, I expect you to devote about 4 hours a week to this class. You're going to check Canvas 3 times a week within that and kind of follow those best practices. And it's going to take me about a week and a half to get back to you. I'm going to respond to you in a timely fashion within 24 hours, Monday through Friday via email. And you can read through this on your own in a little more detail. So course schedule. As a student, I do not like surprises. I like to know what my class looks like. I like to really feel that I kind of have a grasp on my semester. So I provide that with you, for you here. So this course schedule is every single thing that's available. Everything in the class is open from the first day, except for tests. Those are open for about a month. And then you can get this and you can see what everything is. And if you click here, you can download a PDF that will allow you to do a checklist format for all of this, and it's in color if that suits your learning style. So I highly recommend printing that out, and you can go through that to keep you on track for the class. So you can scroll all the way down, see how your semester is, and then kind of do this. So your textbooks, so it's an online textbook. You can purchase it either through the purchase course materials button, or you can purchase it in our class. So it's a really easy way to use it. So I'll show you how to do that. The readings are smart book chapters. You might have Connect work. Your tests are in here, so this is why it's required. So this goes through how to register for Connect. There is a free trial. So if you don't have your textbook right away, or you're deciding if this class is a good fit for you, you can register for the free trial, get those first couple of assignments done, and then purchase the book. It'll be pretty seamless. And then it dumps you right into the assignments for this course. If you go back to the modules, it'll look with your attendance, activities. You have that practice submission, the welcome post, the orientation videos for Connect. So if you don't have the book yet, you would click on this and it would launch it for you. It's not going to launch for me because I'm in a test view for students, but it would launch you and it would lead you right into Canvas. So then some more things if you need. So Canvas 101 is something that is available to all Valencia students. And if you're unfamiliar with Canvas, I highly recommend you go through it. There's a bunch of video tutorials that'll walk you through like how to use your calendar, how to talk to somebody, how do you post a discussion, how do you look at your grades, how do you look at your assignments or submitting assignments. So all of that is super helpful. This class is not going to be the most successful for you if you use only a phone. You are really going to need to use a laptop to get the full experience, or it's going to be super tiny on the screen, and that's pretty frustrating. Student support services that are available. We have an amazing library. Go and check it out. It's really awesome. If you are a student who has special needs, so you need extended test time or extra reading support or something like that, please reach out to the Office of Student Disabilities. Make sure you get that form and get that form to me as soon as possible so I can make sure all your accommodations are very quickly in place and you can be as successful in the class as possible. Daycare is on here too if you need additional support. Technology requirements are here. Connect technical support. So if you have any problems with your e-textbook or with Connect, this is who you're going to want to reach out to. And they're super responsive. They always send me a copy of a support ticket. So if you tell me that you've reached out to them and I don't get a copy of that, that's a concern for me. So I will reach out to my help desk. So don't try to use that as like, hey, I've reached out to them. Know that I will always get an additional copy of if you've reached out as well. And then this goes into some more things that you can read. If you look on this side, you'll see that you have access to your assignments even outside the modules. Sometimes I find as a student, like I read something and I'm like, oh, I want to open this in a new tab, or I know that's coming up, but where did I find that? Or I might pause in the middle of a module and I just want to have access to it. So you can reach for things there. So like discussions is something you might want to look at. There's a lot of extra credit if you notice on here, so be sure to go and check that out. But our class is organized into weekly module units. So it'll take you through what the overview is, and then at the end will be discussions. So you can look at those anytime. None of these are locked. They're all available for you. So hopefully this gives you a good sense of what our class is like. And if you have any questions, please email me. It's time for extra credit. So like I said, I put extra credit embedded in a lot of things. So this fun GIF is going to tell you what season it is. So I want to know, what is your favorite season? So if you email me your favorite season by the same week this orientation is due, you can have a bonus point on your first test. So that gives you an opportunity to already start with a bonus point on test number 1. But I hope you are successful in this class. I can't wait to see all that you do. Please, as always, reach out with any questions. I'm here to support you on this journey as you wander through the humanities and kind of pick what you like. Have a great day.